Russo was born in Brooklyn, New York. He was 18 at the time of his military induction during World War II, headed for the South Pacific in the U.S. Navy. His chance acquaintances with a variety of people during that time helped shape his future plans. From Australia to the Philippines and finally Tampa, Joe became an area celebrity and a part of Tampa history. He recently spoke with his daughter Tina about some of those experiences, and one in particular that he recalls fondly more than 50 years later. I'm Eric Jordan, and this is Florida Stories on WUSF 89.7, your NPR station.
We landed in New Guinea February of 44, and we were on New Guinea for quite some time. This was a jungle area. I was not at all happy with it, and it just so happened that there were drafts. By drafts meaning people who were assigned to go off from New Guinea to Australia. I made friends with a fellow by the name of Mike Vitale. He was a yeoman, meaning he was a secretary. Well, I spoke with Mike, and he said, I don't know what we can do about it, but let me check it out. And he came to me and he said, if we can get a couple of boxes of O. Henry candy bars, I think we can work it so that we can be put on the draft. I said, well, Mike, I'm going to see if I can get those boxes of candy for you. Well, I did. The draft was announced. Mike and I were both on it, and we were shipped to Sydney, Australia. I was in Sydney until about, the beginning of 1945. Having dinner one night, I came across another sailor. Mm-hmm. Hi, what's your name? He asked me. I said, I'm Joe Russo. What's your name? Tony Ippolito. He said, really? Where are you from? From Tampa, Florida. I said, Tampa? My God, I don't know where Tampa is. Little did I know that God was speaking to me, telling me, you better learn something about Tampa, Florida, because you may end up there. Ended up in Subic Bay with Tony Ippolito. But anyway, we were there until VJ Day. Came back to the United States. I came down to Key West and Miami. Had never been to either one of these places. And 1946, I was discharged. Went back to New York. At this point, I wanted to do something with my life. And I thought, gee, I really like Miami, and I would like to go to school in Florida. I like Florida very, very much from what I saw down there. Finally, I came upon the University of Tampa and was accepted. The second day that I was in Tampa, I'm in the hall of the University of Tampa, and all of a sudden I hear, Joe Russo! Now, this was September of 1946. And I said, who was that? And he said, it's me. I said, Tony Ippolito, what are you doing here? He says, this is my hometown. What are you doing here? And I said, well, I was accepted at the university, and here I am.
Well, let me ask you something, Dad. I know that, you were at WTVT for a while. Is that how the opportunity came for you to do The Flower of Tampa?
Yes, there was a fellow by the name of Tony Garcia, and he and I knew each other from the university. He came to me and said there was a company out of Sarasota that was getting ready to shoot a film on the cigar industry in Tampa, and it was to be known as The Flower of Tampa. Would you be interested in doing that? And I said, well, I'll try out for it. I tried out for it, got the part. It's really, it's an old film, and it's a delightful piece of work regarding Tampa.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so it was a promotional film for the cigar industry in Tampa? Is that what it was?
It was a promotional film for the cigar industry in Tampa, and it was distributed and played throughout the United States. In 1957, I believe it was, or 58, somewhere in that time frame. I reflect sometimes and I think, my goodness, what a small world.
Exactly.
For the first time I hear Tampa in Sydney, Australia, and I have absolutely no idea where the place is. Then deciding that I want to go to school. Where am I going to go to school? I decide on Tampa. Again, not remembering a thing about Tony Ippolito or Tampa or anything like that.
Joe Russo and his daughter Tina, both of Tampa, recorded in the Donna studio at WUSF. To hear this or other episodes in the series again, visit us online at WUSF.org. This is Florida Stories. I'm Eric Jordan.